Yes, good evening. It's Tuesday. Nyaminado, Mekufi Princess, and that's it. Last week, that my film job, but by God's grace, I'm back. I'm strong now, and thanks to AJ for sitting in for me last week. Yes, I really do appreciate your good jobs. Love you, darling, and thank you for watching. We are back. We have an exciting, a juicy and hot topic for you tonight. And my guest tonight, yes, I have a law student here. I also have a PR expert with me tonight. It's in the Agornese. Tell a friend to tell a friend and call all your girls that the Kufi Princess is live on ATV with Girl Vibes. So tune in now. And we're also streaming live on Facebook at ATV Ghana. So please make sure you like and share to spread the word. And also we are live on GoTV channel 177. And let's get interactive on WhatsApp on 02022222054 02022222054. And then come on to share this. No more yes wankasa. And see prenup. What can prenup or cry have as a sister or a baby kit be in fact all called papa relationships or be in fact before our no agreement to be on your book co papers done. Chadano some lazy baby, but Mampeda Bacahun some baby, a law students for her PR executive and so national chef, and the Louisa's kitchen with Yancy, and then come on the mobile tight and Casana. Before we get, chopping the discussion on the table tonight, let's go for a quick break. And also, let's say a big thank you to Cheesy Pizza for being an official sponsor of Girl Vibes. We'll be back after this break. We are back on your TV, and this is Girl Vibes with all the girls. I mean, this is the most empowering show in Ghana right here. Yes, the award-winning show with the award-winning presenter, yes. Currently, they are the 30 TV personality of the year. Then the market show them come on or upon the numu yesho ankasa. Yaka prenup sa numu nsembe brenda mehu 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana umifia. Market show they all law students were. It's in the fear habe ankasa. Louisa. Akava. Hey, PR1. Now, Louis, you show me crowd. Since you're feeding my chair. Louisa's kitchen.
So you've been about one customer.
Hey.
Brand ambassador.
Today, yeah, no brand no see and none.
You're very done.
Louisa's kitchen today. BBR Cosmuta.
Oh yeah, it's working perfectly. Just that I want to chip this in quickly. Most people expect that if you're a PR person, Juma is to the office. Kitchens but then one of the major courses JIJ taught me was entrepreneurship.
And we also speak about entrepreneurship on Girl Vibes.
Office you
need to employ yourself
and be proud of your hustle.
Thank you. Your first education.
That is it.
But that's it. You lost students in Sophia, yes. Sister said Oban Ghana and Burma. And then when they started that the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, Sinanko saying they started one. Cyril, I'll cover. Bibia do cool. School sitting.
Oh, Yamia Dom, Cecilia for the LLB, maybe into the forthcoming entrance exams, which is 24th August. No.
Wow.
I mean, preparing so hard towards it, say, by the snap of a finger, we try. Just get through it.
Yamia
Dom, you say we've been called, we get called to the bar and
amen.
Officially join the professionals.
Amen. And the constitution in prenups. It says there is a constitution now, but Mamma for one chassis. Now constitution no cry more come for prenups so no so cry. As time goes on, the baba do not operation in brain a dumb brofu kakaya. Ya kwakofa, but then they on the air but home come. In the record a month for one relationships in Munawa Mukrano or one more now or big up prenups now. Nature
okay, so may try so possible. So mean you so a lot of the legal terms.
Okay.
So the basic English as anybody of US to understand. See, I can say prenup. It's just an agreement couples go into before marriage to as to how our more properties will be divided, division of properties, your friends say child care or child support, debt or financial issues, how it will be settled in terms of divorce or the death of a couple bakuwa and as a marriage in a dissolve here. So it's basically an agreement before the marriage. Say okay, you're divorced here. this, and that. This is how our properties share. This is how our, in terms of financial win, this is our liability in the marriage. So basically, that's what prenup agreement is all about.
Okay. Yeah. So you are talking on the angle of marriage. So if come further, if you're getting married to somebody, that's where the prenup comes in.
Yes, before you get married, that is when the prenups come in. And mind you, you are marrying this afternoon. Okay. Then you go and sign a prenup this morning. Okay. No, the law look at the the time frame for which you entered into the prenuptial agreement. If it's a time frame that is too obvious, and maybe the person might be under duress to sign this, the court will not accept that agreement into it as a binding agreement. Wow. Until they look at the time frame for which it has been signed. So before you sign this agreement, or for this agreement to have a legal binding, there are certain elements that must be there. And the first and foremost is the time frame for which it took for you to sign it before you get to marriage, or sorry, before you got married. Okay. And for it also to be binding, we have the contractual elements that must be present for that agreement to be binding, because the moment a mature ade we are signing, it has become a contract that is legally binding on you. And so some of those elements, capacity to contract, consideration is there. And you also have to, how do we say it? Yes, basically, those are the most important ones. And when we talk about capacity to contract, when you look at our law, when it comes to our laws, we don't have any specific acts directly to this, this is the legal age for you to enter into this, or this is the legal age for you to. If you look at the Constitution, the 1992 Constitution also have a particular age.
Yeah, Baba Prenup. Yes. It's how Kutomo. Me with the Louisa Boniti Kokona. I'm on started from a WhatsApp call, Mr. Mo. We'll open the phone lines for you to call us at the latter side of the show. So hold on. A pen and you can leave it as a WhatsApp message, or also we are live on Facebook at ETV Ghana, so you can leave it as a comment there. I'll read it for you. Now, remember Louisa ho. Prenups, Louisa. Does it only refer to marriage? They are bokwa another say bepem. The me yakati ne bingina ba mo na sorry ba bepem into relationship. Can we also have agreement? Oh, or we don't call that one prenups?
No.
Okay.
Legally, as she said, prenup is something that precedes an engagement. Okay. So what signing them documents now or bind the day you are wired for. That is when the prenup comes in. And say a year before that. But then let's look at our various relationships. If you be so par, you are at will to communicate. Okay. Me pay, me pedam. But I would like to add a quick one. And prenup basically people think is all about the finances, miss my share properties and all. But one basic thing we miss out is how we are going to go about paying our utilities and various responsibilities in the relationship. And see people to mark there, our area coming. I mean, my salary, they will salary a day. About our water bill, to a light bill. We put that in the prenup agreement. So probably, Yahweh Basa is a Boko school, medical Boko school. So all of these elements come together to form that agreement. At that one kasasha. About my relationship, no why you when you can. Now when you put it into the contract, you sign, and then it's binding. But mostly, talking about these things become problematic in our parts of the world. Coming from the communication aspect, so in your big contract, it be pedo waro. In the parts of the world, we see marriage as the two becoming one. Yes. It is a marriage being there. Oh, ye be one, so ye be one. Be obey chop money, ye kodama. Everything about us should be one. Yeah. But this prenup actually goes on to say that Sebiye Besia awe being we still have individual properties that I would want to keep, even though maybe our room. We are preaching women empowerment. So Miss Mama started Louisa's kitchen. Yeah. Me want make kitchen muknu ye nejuma. But the moment I'm entering that prenup agreement, I would want to keep my Louisa's kitchen as a sole property I end. And see if you enter marriage in a problem, but we are splitting now. My property wouldn't be part of the things we got through matrimony. So basically, that's what prenup is.
Wow. And is it advisable?
So, you see, in all, like Yenya has said, in Ghana, Yeni Emrapotia, that is against prenup.
Okay.
And so when you look at our laws, I would say it's one way or the other, no, indirect, no, it's open to that prenuptial agreement. So when you look at Article 22, say, like this, it talks about.
Thank you, and that's the Constitution, or
it talks about
it
talks about the spousal rights to property. What I say. So as it's talking, if it won't waste time, I would like to. Read it just for
no problem. Can you enlighten and what kakra?
So Article 22, it states that a spouse shall not be deprived of a reasonable provision out of the estate of a spouse, whether or not the spouse died, having made a will.
Okay.
2. Parliament shall, as soon as practicable after coming into force of this constitution, enact legislation regulating the property rights of spouses. 3. With a view of achieving the full realization of the rights referred to in this clause, in clause 2 of this article, A, spouses shall have equal access to property jointly acquired during marriage.
Okay.
B, assets which are jointly acquired during marriage shall be distributed equitably between the spouses upon dissolution of marriage. So quickly, let me chip in Article 18 as well, so that before I explain certain things. Article 18 talks about protection of privacy of home and other property. 18.1, it states that every person has the right to own property, either alone or in association with others. 2, no person shall be subjected to interference with the privacy of his home, property, correspondence, or communication, except in accordance with the law and as may be necessary in a free and democratic society for public safety or the economic well-being of the country, for the protection of health, morals, for the prevention of disorder or crime, or for the protection of the rights or freedoms of others.
Okay.
So when you look at basically Article 18, it is talking about the right to own properties, either jointly or alone. So if you are going into marriage, as she said, you have properties. It was a property you acquired.
You made it on your own.
Exactly. So prenuptial agreements, it is basically about properties you've acquired, the matrimonial properties, the ones that you've acquired in the marriage.
Yeah.
So the ones you were having before coming into marriage doesn't necessarily come into prenuptial agreement.
Okay.
And we shall Article 22 now, and also talk about spousal rights to properties to be divided equitably, meaning the matrimonial properties you get, in case you die or any of them die without a will, they are to be shared equitably. So let me chip in this. Before the coming into force of the PNDC law 111, women exactly know they are most of the times deprived when their husbands died.
Yeah.
It seems that the family will take over, the women and the children will be there without anything. So that law came in to, equitably share properties between for the wife and the children before the family. And they put the wife and the children first. And even before the wife, the child or the children comes before the wife when it comes to sharing of the properties. And also Section 47 and 38 of your new Land Act, Act 1037, that came recently, that was last month. Also, some ways talk about like properties that has been acquired. So when you look at these articles and sections I've mentioned, you could see that there is no law specifically that is for or against. So when you look at this law sections and articles I've stated, you could see that it is open to prenuptial agreement. So if you look at 22, it talks basically about property that is acquired, matrimonial properties. So indirectly, it should draw your mind to if matrimonial properties, then meaning a property I made it is protected. Okay. Even before I come, I get into marriage.
Okay, Louisa, come in here. Now talking about prenups. In the relationship before entering into the marriage, that you decide to agree on certain things that you own before, making account to the man to know this is what I have. And for the man to also let you know this is what I have. So if he likes in agreement for you to share, fine, then you move on. Let me ask you this. Who is to set in that, okay, me pede, ye make your agreement. Besia no de ozeba. Another be able to zabade, we should have a prenup.
No, in a relationship, it's on a static. It's two people coming together, deciding to live together. So benyi ka oyeye, besia ka oyeye. But then again, our culture setting, besia koka na nuye kase kase, besia koka or preja paze. Imagine there besia koka den prenuptial we. Oh, the things we acquire through marriage, iwa 50-50. At that particular point, when you become the besi, opedo nyam printwa mum, opedo kum. Right before we enter into marriage, but then these things should be normal. Same way we are free to talk about our sexual orientation, free to express our feelings, we should be free to express these financial issues. So basically, but I mean in particular, if I feel I have to say it, Mecca.
Okay. Sybil, in which ways is it good to sign a prenup?
Okay, so we have basically a lot of ways that it's very good to sign a prenup. And one of those is for the protection of Nkola before getting into marriage. 2, for the protection of your business. 3, for the protection of your properties that you acquired before coming into marriage. 4, like to set out your financial liabilities. So like we can mention on and on. So like we have a lot benefits or reasons for which you can enter into prenuptial agreement. And then if you are getting into those agreements, like I said before, for it to be binding, for a contract to be binding, there are some elements. And one is you cannot if you sign a contract under duress, it is not going to be a binding contract. Until the moment I was showing the on signing, that's all signing. And the person is able to prove in a court of law, say, I signed this under duress, or I signed this without understanding, or I signed this when my lawyer was not there, or just a single lawyer represented both of us was when I signed this. That will not be a binding agreement, prenuptial agreement on either the one who is contesting that agreement. It will not be binding on that person. And see, like, there are so many benefits for it.
Wow, we have a lot to learn as ladies, trust me. Let's go for a breather. When we come back, it's going to be interesting. It's already getting hot here tonight because there are a lot of things personally I didn't know about prenups. You don't have to force your partner to have a prenup. Let's go for a breather. We'll be right back on this one. Behind the scene, baby. Welcome back. This is Girl Vibes. I have Louisa. She is a PR expert. Yes, assistant Royal Fanti. In fact, of the royal family, an entrepreneur. In the commanders in the way. I also have a lawyer, incoming lawyer, or a law student. And there's a constitution no fear. I hear in Zama Pepe about prenups. The effects and the good side of it. CCI good side of it. Louisa, make your bad side of it. No, so. Na Erica do be cry, being no back a cado per prenup, Papa Cado book. Now, I'm a zibium not to do being the bad effect of it to couples.
Coming from the communication perspective, and they say in your bureaucrat, Sema. What can be the dream she can before I end that semen. None you pan one dream baby education. And see if these things come in, one trust becomes a problem because prenup is before the marriage. Our now put in young quay.
Yeah.
Nature our dream Japan the Mesima. We are going to discuss
friend.
Exactly. Another ye divorcer. So it comes to mind that BCA because our own put young starting our dream end of our own. So one, trust becomes an issue. And then 2 again, if I day a cultural setting again, marriage in itself, it's a relation between 2 families. A wara is no longer about yourself or myself. And so imagine the being a culture and mom de no. Bese Mercy see and sign agreement and I work. Oh, Mercy be papa. At the end of the day, it becomes something. Oh, Mr. Fa will be saying with the call I want dama.
Prenups and continue.
Exactly. And another bad effect is people tend to think the person who suggests it's Nina Brazil. Because when you're Brazil, mama warrior would ya. Macy Mawaka de Wakara, Naya one people. So if we acquire anything, it's for us. But I was so happy that the article 18 was read, and it says that you can acquire your individual properties even in marriage. So yeah, na besi awan kote ziwuska akota asase. Ata o cement, o blocks, o iron rods, beginning sempuani tekunim. That is yours. Because it wasn't a joint resource.
No.
Being betumaton na asase we sinifie. Individually, you are still allowed to own individual properties even when you are married. Another by force, ya warranty, and I stand to be corrected. Ya warranty na mama ye juma I won't pay juma kwadufo that ma bombe bra ye juma in Japaza because of ya warranty or them demon. Even though there are negatives, but in the negatives there are some positive aspects. We may see it as men may tend to see it as negative because in a part of the minifona when ye Japaze, that is the notion. Being no shefi. But then it is protecting the man as well. Because if you answer them agreements, now yesterday, Obia Nyane Japaza onfa. You can't be a housewife and be sleeping while I go and work, earn a property, and at the end of the day, they want me to share it with you. But that agreement is binding on us because in your way Japaza fa unless the ones we acquire together as a couple, that is what we call matrimony.
Yes.
So even in the bad side that the men may want to look at it, is actually good for both parties.
Okay, so we are still live on Facebook at ETV Ghana. Yes, you can also leave your comments there and I'll read them in a few minutes. Now, my member Ohobim, Sibel, I saw you nodding when Louisa was talking about the bad side of it. Now, don't you also think that prenups rather put couples together, it binds them? Do you agree with me?
Okay, I will not say 100% yes, and I will not say 100% no. One way or the other, it boosts communication in the relationship or in the marriage. And another way is it trust issues steps in. So that is the 50-50 aspect of it. It boosts communication in the sense that when that agreement is there, you'll see couples communicating more on how to like who can say we have this agreement? How do we take steps to put things together for us to achieve that? If BBC Krana and Koyeti say we don't have enough, OBSC, communication will be there. But then the trust issue comes in when the partner before the marriage, say let's sign prenup, and they'll be like, then it becomes a problem. And another thing is the belief. Some beliefs fight against prenuptial agreements, like the Christian belief like this. We believe that marriage is so death do us part, and it's two people coming together in the presence of God. But if you're opting for prenuptial agreement, people think before you are even going into marriage, you are thinking of divorce. But in this world, anything is possible to happen. And
is it even wrong for someone to think of divorce?
Exactly. So you see, when it comes to, we have this, the Radmasha case that happened somewhere in the UK. And they signed the prenuptial agreement. So the guy later on demanded a greater portion of the property that the woman brought in to the marriage. And the court was of the view that no, there's no way they can hand over
the man rather.
Yes, a property that the woman made through business.
And since it's your main follows also power.
Yes. So in our world, there are a couple of cases that happened for the Corte versus Marte, the Gladys Mensah and Mensah. So in the Mensah and Mensah case like this one, that is where the thing changed, totally changed in our part. That say matrimonial property, they shared. But before those cases, judges will look at the kind of peace of mind you give to the man. How like. Even prove there's a subsequent contribution in the marriage before. And a bad Christian one. So you Justice Doche once says, if I quote Timothy, there is only a loose piece of string which the parties can untie at will. Divorce is not a stigma; it has become respectable. One parent families are bound. What I say. So in our world, we make divorce look like a stigma.
Oh yes.
You get it. And this justice is also quoting law then, in which, like the case I just stated right now, that was why he said it. So we look at women that goes through divorce, like we stigmatize them. We look at them like, if you can't hold down a man, then you are worth of nothing. So that is where the problem is. So the trust issue, the faith standing against it, people looking at it like you are greedy, that is why you want those things, or you want that agreement to be signed. So basically, those are the problem.
Okay. So Louisa, me new relationship na me pede settle na me de me zit wonyim da me pe prenups. I want us to go on agreement. I want us to do this, to that. Ebotu makade I want pe prenups into and that's a makadam sha makadam enye sha. What is the next? Does it mean that you have to opt yourself out of the relationship or the marriage and that kind of bringing across it on Japaza kakra ya baka wa seminti ako ka chen ma meti da making is see why na that were no cry on badubiem. In this case, what do you do as a man or a lady?
What we said earlier is a contract, and for it to be binding, it should be voluntary.
Exactly.
Onion share. And whatever one thing I came across too was the elements in the agreement should be fair. It should be fair, and both lawyers should be available. And to say, Benny say, on paper of a signer, yes, marriage, a contract is between two people. I can't pick a lawyer, take a piece of paper, and say,
and should that call for separation? That is my question. If I'm not interested in prenups.
Relationship nankasa is between two people. On your one cutting. So as I will pay, you look at yourself first. Sometimes you are selfish because you can't lose yourself just because you want to get married. As the MP, why do you force yourself into it? So some if you look at the elements surrounding it and on your being or better too. And even with that, people are subject to change.
Yeah.
You can't know someone thoroughly. It is a issue. Now it is a must for you. Then one sign up baby now. But for me, it shouldn't be a must for me. So it's individual preferences. It be or what it's like as people say, never say die. You have faith that as in a miracle on yet there is no way will be collapse. The person can never treat me bad. So never say die. You enter with faith, things work. But on coffee be so or what change in a time. Now on your damn pardon now on you. So such a person, and Mercy personally, this shouldn't be something you pull out from your marriage. It shouldn't stop you from getting married. But then if you feel you are your personal things, if you feel there is no trust, and you can't, and then again, why do you even marry someone you can't trust?
You can't trust or you don't even trust.
You are individual.
Sibella, you agree with what Louisa is saying? We also do the same.
I totally agree with her, because for there to be a binding contract, two individuals consensually must agree to say, we agree on this. You can't want to mean be say on signing baby, and that is not going to be a binding contract. Nobody will accept it say a binding contract. But then again, a sister ni say on sign there is something we call a will.
Okay.
You can write a also on sign as a worry. If you acquire the property, you can write a will. And when you write a will, it also states how you want your properties to be divided or shared. And it's in a way another form of a prenuptial agreement or a prenup. But just your part, you know, the postnup, the postnup agreement. So with that, just say your partner will not be a party to it, and I say like just say like, oh, who say okay, this and this and this and this and that is what my husband is saying. So we should say.
And is that kind of marriage going to succeed? Because I mean, this property in my and Mizisio. Because you didn't agree with me on the time that we decided to move on. They was into misery small. I to picture me
say if you got into marriage and you make properties, automatically those properties becomes matrimonial properties. It's then I say it comes out. Say even when we were in the marriage, you made a property here. I said the unfortunate happened. You don't have a will. Trust me, that property, when it's time for divorce, that property will be brought, like it will be brought in for division. Into whether would you see one fancy. So, but the best thing, nipa is on sign here, and for Senepano, the only thing you do is go for a will, state everything and how it should be shared. As simple as that. What I say. So that is the best way. I don't think that this prenup agreement, Obibeka say me signing or I'm not interested, should cause you a relationship probably that you have invested so much into it just because of an agreement.
Okay, there are a lot of messages, so let me start reading them on time. Mama English, Madam Neze first, Madam Bridget Mensa, GMA BC Hayano Yejuma, PR personnel. Also, Mercy B, please ask Louisa if she will sign a prenup if she doesn't have her own business. But her finance does and a fiancé, okay, does and therefore want to sign a prenup to secure his wealth in future. Will you?
Yeah, but one thing I think we skipped is you don't have to have everything before you sign a prenup.
Okay.
A prenup is not for the wealthy. Or today, miracle baby, mini mo besi woho. But in case there, a kwana miracle, today I will Libya Quincy. Let's make this practical. Arcon on you more desert no do. But what today in soon you desert to do. And in soon so the one bottle qua a yarning tea or bedroom. In turn in chimbe gunism or kaka. You don't know what is there, but you are anticipating. That is the prenup. So it doesn't mean that the minya baby. Even if my fiancé is poor and we enter into it. I mean, who this someone for dreaming in this country? Around now you come, oh, Kwame, you be yiska, you be toffee. To say toffee, you be any day, you be any day, you be any day. So even if you don't have the money, your fiancé has this blah blah blah, you can sign a prenup. So personally, I may sign or may not sign. May
or may not.
And so, let me quickly add this. One thing we skipped is that prenup nankasa in itself, looking at the beauty and the bad side of it, a prenup is for transparency. If you are in na kwawari or tife fe one sign the prenup, nothing. You know nothing. Markot nothing. Ni chimu wa 3-4 years na then you start giving attitude. I don't want your relatives to be here. That is when he tells you, if you know me papa needs them to you wunyaze. E brother, one could tell you what ya, when you be baby, a chain will be savio whisker, a pedang in the continency, not in the menu for one man trying the Benu car, pa, or ye, we talk what's on a day, but meanwhile, if you be unknown any dear. So aside everything, it brings in transparency. For that transparency, I'm a sign.
Yeah, and so for let me add something small to also in terms of transparency, it mostly comes for the matrimonial process. And prenup basically, Nyoma will be before marriage. It doesn't cover it.
Okay,
it doesn't cover it.
Today, Louisa or stated a kitchen as an example.
Yes.
Nankasanaza or what that. It's in the Okora on kind of prenup.
It doesn't cover.
Mama church me, yen try and walk a crabby. Yeah, but not Mama civil love. Watch church a honey year, my hand say, and properties in no the dry in the air, where or better why and let's go for a break. We'll be right back. Is for you to call us because me who want to offer from WhatsApp and 80 me boy humana to need to my friend and time. From 055 5657 278 055 5657 278. The numbers are beneath your screen. Mr. From I reduce the volume now. All TV sets and not done. It's it, Mamma Kodana, me reading my messages, not me, and Mamma Sibel Love, or the name in church, or Zaba, before I echo breaking the no pedal session with a cana. Candy Love Coffee, say good evening to you, pretty goddess. Mercy, I'm enjoying you girls tonight like never before. Great show there, thank you. And the lawyer wow on a PR so now Matthias Fossen say great discussion, thank you. Nana Yasi, Louisa Kwachi, your eloquence is top notch, thank you. Bravo. Okay, Sakina say I'm here, we can see you are here. And this one says very relevant today, thank you. Mandy, okay, I think Mandy is also trying to send in a message here. There are a lot of messages, but oh, Louisa obviously has a position, remember. That's why you're ambassador for a Louisa's Kitchen tea. I'm there per day. We are in position well. On that note, so me phone lines ni maybe we are talking about prenups agreement in Bessiafunin one partners work in terms of the word shower. Obi bakade merba meze cars de me na meze bain me cars neze aware no go nyoza na them prenups no is it advisable to sign it in terms of trust why should there call awareness sign here and you be ma mo lose the trust woman. I already have my first caller and see my men fan and hello caller.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, my dear. How are you doing?
Mpacho me huyo na hunso.
Me pacho yansu yan huye papa na.
We did no problem kakra bi na me pesa me fantum na momboa me kakra.
Me pacho yo yan problem na yan hwese able to me aboa.
Me abai we bi na 2017 mu. Na o mama o de too many se me kanche me o se me dore dia me nko hu ne papa. Na me ko hu ne papa na o papa ka chem se me nya bota na bufa no school nti se nya me adum no wia me fa na bu fumbra na emre no so na bu fo no wi school na me ka chem so mama se na papa ka chem me no nti me pese me fa na bu fumbra na me me hu na abu fa ne se me nya bota kaka no mama so aka chem mama se me nya bota nti emre kakra dom no so be sua adwuma na me mboa no no sua adwuma no na nya me aduma ne se awal ni dura inti mimi de na mepede nka mebe fi abrebia but no ma me oyem de nyabotal inti abufani shin aduma inti aka ne ndaka kare bi mo wi na aduma ni shin na memi hu ni za bufana no ochi to me do inti ade no na eye me yaw pa but opapa no odi nka ka chi se me fama busia pomra no so oretwen de nka meba
na wanko
Emi manko before ezande na bofra no ma me no ye mentwen kakra ni me hu de abofra no ne ma me no oye nkata so
okay
inti issue we see ye no me bo ma me say me bo ma me amane say na man hu say ne ba no ore ochi tu mu do
chane tell fama hen bring nti aha
me so fa me bo ni nyina ni de o papa azem na kudo papa na nyim Emba o papa aka chemza or mami 2 weeks. De min fam emeye oba no hwade. Na anya dam dia. On pesa bo fa no obebo adwaman basa ntim fam ade na ele hawo me na me se me so mumwa me.
Yo.
Na mumma me advice ka.
Yo na who's any biem?
Your family Mohammed.
Yo Mohammed yate me nyime producer e ba discuss the next week ya bo. But mama kinda said that the paza agreement meaning say law for obotum why agreement bia e bia obotum a share there
so basically all kind if on say 2 weeks no on to me ma obi 2 weeks say on fire
on will be buried
into ono there uncle bisa for more time see if they don't want to give him that more time ono dey on train onya butcher so o say was spend this car or girl no
let me
into girl no worry if they should go ahead and marry the girl to another person the way who say the contract between them, that's the agreement between them, said they will allow him marry the girl, breaking, so he can take them on and claim damages for the money and expenses and everything he made on them.
2017, if I got the year right.
Yes, you said 2017. Since 2017 to 2018.
He said, "We kaka every week 10 CD, 20 CD. It's a cheaper and no say you can see 2020.
I think this will be another topic for another day, and it's a very interesting topic because the number of years I know be better. Mohammed, you have about topic you don't. I have another caller, so let me break you ladies and then pick this one. Hello, caller.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, my lady. Your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Anna Lady. Your official Catholic.
And you're the one fighting with me on Facebook, eh? I know, right? Let's go with your opinion, dear.
I don't really have any problem. Just to say hi to my girl, Louisa.
Oh, wow. Okay, then hi, Ambassador for Louisa's Kitchen. Thank you for watching Girl Vibes. And make sure that Nyanda Louisa have a painting the bush every Tuesday via 9 p.m. Nashe, thank you for calling. And you say, hello, I'm Salom. Women of today will not agree to this agreement, since some of them still thinking of when it's good to bring them home. Okay, so I think because of more pedals there, and Crawford power in term. And the agreement are being in Elizabeth baby, I know they'll be ready to sign up just because of the marriage. Okay, this is an interesting one. We also get this one says good news. Send me. We should send you to where? I don't know where he wants us to send him to, but because of our timing, the phone license, so yeah, we are to until so it's my friend. We are talking about prenups, agreement, partners, you know, before getting into marriage. What have and son, I agree the property in a more in some one.
Baby's a lawyer, baby.
All right, go ahead.
I think that the basic thing is. Ada ejapaza iwo before getting married no.
One na opedo church me na ye ko break.
On sido mam. A cow also doesn't count.
What
is the cow you owe?
Yeah.
Yes. It is ebia bengin e ko ba bosia. Yes, yeah, you free. Bosani was before the marriage.
No, but are you friend no, are you friend or can't worry no
one? So, worry. Okay. Were we married?
No.
We were not married.
How about Louisa Yabuta?
I the ibi or her open show. Ni show pension. Oh, you shall be still your pen or ye.
Now you're confusing them with
what a Rolex watch. What you shoe, what you Jimmy Choo, what ye. Echi abe wa. Na mana nipa na catch the yeah wedding reception is coming. Or you go to a channel where I want you to because these days it's happening a lot. I'm a forget Jeje Bosia. Why are you free? Cheese or baby reception?
Let me pick my last caller and then we go. Hello, caller.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, my dear. Your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Ofori, calling from Castle.
Oh, Castle for one send then.
I'm at the BBC.
Yeah, dang, I'm yassi. My dear Moano call.
Topic number, you know, very good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Not lawyer or boy.
Thank you.
Let me share now. I'm not so
Amen. And the constitution not that necessary, in fact. And when we know you don't croak my hand, and that's the mamma watch a mid messy one Casangasa personally, I must say, it's very educative. May I say, that when you are a lawyer, no, not Mancasa should make you a whole promise more about the constitution in as a bifia. Yes, no way in the two. No, Sam, I don't want to pop up and not my last calling in. Aha, not Louisa at session because one has a canary session months and the air
a cow.
I'll never say Louisa and the cow, and I'm the cow, no, yet. So,
basically, who called prenup it's before marriage. You sign it before marriage. And say ukoji loan for the marriage or for the wedding. Now say it's not stated in the prenuptial agreement say ye ko waria ye ji loan na say kabia beba e kabia beba unless say aside the agreement no the couples have agreed with between themselves so we our no a car bahon and the young boy who kakra together and I say then we pay that amount. But on to me fan share or banner say because my quack Bobisia our into chinchina because in a way no if Obana na chinchina or pesa warena you the man you have the authority or the power to say my hon didn't do sa level now open no so you can do something simple. It is still married. A marriage can sorry to say the wedding, the people. That is not the actual marriage. The actual marriage is what the family sits in the house to do. Sorry.
Don't worry.
That's the customary marriage that happens in the house that we call the engagement. That is not engagement. That is the actual marriage. Until Kobo Kanas or people, na say kaba. Na say
current car. I'm
Louisa
Louisa's own chiakra. But Louisa and conforming to that one when you are prenup so there's this notion that ladies are what prenups in the they are stingy, not just the ladies. People who, you know, love to sign those agreements, they are stingy.
Economy nanka so stingy.
Ewo.
She's kind of having you. It's a me. I can't waste it. It doesn't mean the person is stingy. And then again, prenups like it's always not negative. Lawyer.
It's not negative.
It's protectors. And there's no final words in that is actually.
Say most of the time, no. A man for a bimukwa, let's say example, a man binimukwa, they know say this is the property a bemano. It's on no corner, not eco property. Obi will help us on protecting the business because our any go say, Obeka said this is the thing or this is the property I want. Excuse me, like near AC currently, you know. I want this business. I want this thing, I want that thing. So for the person, then not to answer or buy. So for the person to be at a safer side, he will opt for a prenup. And also, what will before coming. Some couples don't want to say, their partner have children before coming. They will not give you that breathing space to even take care of the child and I say have that relationship with the child. They want to cut off the child. It's our agreement in bar. This is it. This is how I want to be given to my child every month. It should all be stated into it. The woman or the man cannot say in it. It's not about stinginess. Okay. It is protecting your territory.
Embarrassing, but there's this interesting question Akofi asked now saying, also, I'm really enjoying the show. But can we add the number of kids? Can we add and share the number of kids we will have in future in our prenups?
Exactly. You can state it.
You are comfortable.
You can state it. Say, okay, I want to have 5 kids. The 5 kids. If Obani or Pemo, you can decide not to.
In addition to the prenup,
you can decide because you have stated it in the agreement. Anything that is in that agreement is binding on you.
For final words, she bring no crack na me birthday shout out Yansana. Na Benny's Perfect Beauty Salon is celebrating her birthday today, and I want you to please wish her on the show for me. Thanks. Okay, I think this is from Nicholas, right? A former editor of ETV Ghana. So happy birthday to Nana Mabene of Perfect Beauty Salon. Happy birthday. What's it? Girl vibes pa. And so Becky, yes, my makeup artist. Yay, camera if Becky and any birthday. Oh no, your makeup party. Happy birthday to Becky.
Next week is when you.
Next week is in Philo Salon and also and they may braids your style and come on national boy mom. And see a big thank you to Phyllis. Now I have a voucher from Cheesy Pizza and a Jumezi Cheesy Pizza and I said a waffle home kawing in now. It's Louisa Cheesy Pizza say. Menda was a number for voucher for more. For coach Williams per day. In fact, for our branches or nation what they be or caswa lion portrait.
Me feel kind, yeah. Mukoya meji.
Mpochari crab to my phone. 10 hour busy. 1 point. Aka come up by 1 point. And see, per pigs as I make sure they're about to cheesy pigs. And after 05025333997. Cheesy pigs are branch will sue every day. Bia Equa eto cheesy pigs are crap. Was a crucial more free. Thank you for enjoying Girl Vibes. My name is Mercy B, the Equipment Princess. Have a good night.